Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 2 of my birthday plant haul for summer 2021. I'm gonna call this part of my birthday plant haul because this is probably gonna be the last batch of anything plant related that I purchased prior to me going on my big trip to Africa. So give this video a big thumbs up, and if you haven't watched my part 1 of my birthday plant haul, you get to see all of the plants that I purchased in the Bay Area, which were more, I want to say, like these plants that I'm going to be sharing with you in today's haul, most of them I already had in the collection and I repurchased them because either I felt like I wanted to rescue them or I wanted to give them another try. And if you are familiar with the channel, then you know I will purchase a plant up to 3 times, and if it doesn't do good for me after that, I'm no longer going to buy them, no matter how much I love the plant. So with that being said, give this video a big thumbs up because I'm looking forward to, hopefully after this video, film a planting with Jewelyn, and I'm gonna gear up for a vending weekend and Las Vegas and vending weekend and my big trip. So this is like my last big day of doing any filming for the main channel. Fun updates in the collection this time of year. The Hoyas are thriving, and let me know in the comments down below if any of the plants I share in today's video you have purchased once, twice, 3 times before, and your history with the plant, because some of the plants I don't even know why I bought it, but I bought it again. First one I want to talk about is my Sibu blue. This is the condition of the small little cutting that I got. You guys, if you watched the channel for a while, you know I had 2 huge mother plants, huge. For whatever reason, it did not like living in the Santa Monica collection, and they were big and thriving. I like, honestly, they were such dream plants if you love the Sibu blue. They didn't like living with me. They both died, and I haven't come across that plant in a while, and I found a very small cutting. I haven't even looked. This is another reason why I want to do planting with Jewelyn after this video, because I need to see the condition of the root system for these plants, because I hate to travel and they're just sitting here and I don't even know what the condition of what's going on inside is, and I would feel really bad coming back to a plant that's been in the collection for a while that I never did even set aside time to make sure that they're okay while I'm traveling. So I found this really small cutting, and believe it or not, this was the same price as my large mother plant that I got. I want to say sometime like a 1.5 years ago maybe, when I last had the plant, and it's been with me now for, I want to say 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks, and this is what it's looking like. I don't know why I purchased it again. Maybe because I felt sad about the 2 mother plants that didn't do well with me. I had like plant guilt, so this was the only one, and I figured, you know what, let me just try. And if this doesn't do well with me, I mean, honestly, I don't know. And honestly, like the way how it's looking like right now is not too appealing, so we'll see where I put this while I travel. But it's been living in the patio ever since I brought it into the collection, so one of the plants that I'm repurchasing for the 2nd or 3rd time. Now I think I should share with you a plant that I have, a very small calathea. I don't collect them or purchase them because I think they're just too dramatic, and I don't have time for dramatic plants or plants that like humidity. My bathroom is usually around 85% humidity without the humidifier on, so there's a lot of humidity in there. The overfolia, my small one, if you remember, I recently purchased that plant. It was living in the bathroom. With my schedule, I don't know, it's not happy, and it's living in the greenhouse with brown leaves. I decided to bring one of these home today. I got another one. Oh my goodness. I felt like I wanted to rescue the plant, and believe it or not, I found this in my local grocery store. I think that's probably why I purchased it, because I was like, okay, at one point this plant was a very popular plant on the internet and very expensive, and then fast forward, it's now in my grocery store, and I felt like they were just all calling me to rescue them. I have the plant, very stressful. It's like struggling, trying to find itself in the greenhouse. I don't even know if I can save it at this point because all the existing leaves are brown. Comment down below if you have the calathea orbifolia and how do you like this plant. I can't believe I repurchased it again for the second time. This plant is a lot bigger than my original one. My original one was probably like this small. And the funny thing is that I told myself I wouldn't purchase any dramatic plants before my trip because I won't be here. And here I am buying one of the most dramatic plants in the plant community right before I travel. So we'll see the condition and status of this plant when I'm back. This is probably one of the first plants that I'm going to look for to see what's going on when I'm back from my trip at the end of the month. So no comments. Let me know if you guys have the plant and where do you keep it. Do you like having it in your collection? Another fun plant that is kind of interesting, and I'll share with you in a second. I keep purchasing these plants and I don't know why. I just feel like I just want to rescue them. But I wanted to share with you what I found in my grocery store today. The Monstera adansonii, or the struggling Monstera adansonii. I think that's why I bought it. Plus I wanted the planters more than anything. I have this plant in the bathroom, and you'll see in a second I bought a big one, and you'll see it in a second. But I wanted to share with you these. But yeah, I purchased it more because I wanted the planters, and I said, you know what, these are in rough conditions. Like, first of all, take a look at this. I'm gonna have to take this off because we don't like that. So I'm gonna have to do some trimming. But I felt like I wanted to rescue the plant, and of course the planter is white, and I'm probably gonna take this to the Las Vegas collective. And then this one too is in not the greatest condition either. And then one of the leaves, the cashier like accidentally ripped it off, and I was like, you know what, it's okay. Like, I think what I'm gonna do is in my next planting with Jewelyn, which I hope to film after this, I'm gonna get all of my Monstera adansonii. I'm gonna take it out of its planter. I'm going to see which ones I'm gonna take to Las Vegas just as an experiment, just because I have so much of the plant that I don't need all of these plants here in Santa Monica, and I want to kind of experiment bringing 1 or 2 houseplants to Las Vegas. So it'll probably be these, but I wanted the planters because I thought they were cute. But it's kind of interesting to see the Monstera adansonii, or at least, you know, I don't know, they're like mass producing these. It's just not in the greatest condition. So anyway, thought I'd share with you guys this interesting find today because I just was very surprised to see this at my local grocery store. And then the condition of it is like just not the greatest condition, you know. Like, it kind of just reminds me of the Pelia. Like, now also I was gonna rescue one today in my grocery store, and I was like, no, Jewelyn, you have so many of them from your expensive mother plant, but they're just like being mass produced and just not the greatest condition. And then finding it in my grocery store was just a shock. I'll probably prune this leaf off and give it a fresh new start. But very interesting find. Comment down below if the Monstera adansonii is a common plant for you or a rare plant. Here's my other Monstera adansonii that I purchased, and you know, look at all the browning leaves. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think, you know, and this whole top section here got ruined by the sun, and I got this at my big flea market that I vended at, and I purchased the plant 6 in the morning. But then because I was vending all day in the hot sun, this whole section, I want to say this is definitely a foot of the plant, the whole section, the leaves turned brown. This whole plant was wilted. I mean, it was really bad condition, so I had to take all the leaves off. But interesting enough, there's all new growth popping out again. So I'm really happy about that. It took me a while to want to share this plant on the channel because of the condition that I brought it home in. I just couldn't believe that the whole top section like ended up getting burnt, and I only had the plant for like just a few hours. I didn't even bring it home. But I mean, I can't have this plant in the patio because it's been living in the patio and there's more browning leaves. So definitely I'm gonna have to prune off these leaves here because they're browning, and then we're gonna just start fresh. So this is another plant that I decided to repurchase, and I got this maybe about 2-3 weeks ago, and this is another browning leaf that I will take off because I just can't stand to see them brown like that. But it's okay, there's a lot of new growth here. I'm not mad at that, and I'm gonna restake it, but I'm kind of interested to see what's going on in the planter and go from there. And then I'll take whatever sections I think are the smallest for the Las Vegas collective for experimenting. But comment down below, what do you think about me repurchasing the Monstera adansonii? I believe this one is a lot bigger than my current one living in the bathroom, but we're gonna bring it all out in the next planting with Jewelyn. So interesting find. I don't know why I bought it. I just felt like I wanted to buy a plant, and it was the only one, and there were like 2 smaller ones, but I'm like, oh, that's like the same size as mine, so I went for the bigger one. Before I share the last plant in today's haul, I wanted to share with you my little Daiso haul. I like these pruning scissors, so I went to repurchase them again. I have one on my workbench and I have one on my potting bench, and they're just great all around pruning scissors, super inexpensive. And I wanted another pair because when I work with my blooms on my resin bench, it messes up anything I use because of the resin curing on it. So this is going to be my new one for the potting bench, and the one that I have for the potting bench is going to sub out the one on my workbench. So I got another pair, always good to have. And then I came across these plastic trays. I love saucers. The problem is that I have so many plants, and if I have them all in, it's just gonna be like, it's just too much. So all of the plants outside, they don't have any saucers, and my plants inside, for the most part, if there's saucers, it's built into the planter. So when I came across these, I said, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it all out because it's white, it's plastic, it's more durable than the clear plastic ones that you see in your garden center, those really cheap ones. And I'm sure 10 of them I can easily use between the Las Vegas collective and here in my studio. So these are great finds, and I will take a bunch to Las Vegas in a couple of days. I'm sure the new room I could probably use a few, and then the rest will be for the Santa Monica plants in the studio. So very fun find, and I can't believe it, we're gonna wrap up today's haul with a Euphorbia trigona. I want to say this is a trigona because there's 3 sides to it, and I felt really bad for this Euphorbia because it was at my grocery store and it was the only one, and it was just kind of like hidden, like covered with plastic, kind of tilting to the side. And I looked at it and I thought about it, and then I thought about it again, and I was like, you know what, Jewelyn, just rescue it, because I felt sad for it. So what I think I'm gonna do for the plan of this plant baby is, it'll definitely, like, I'll take it out today to see what's going on with the root system. I may keep this one in the Santa Monica collection, and then I will take a few plants for phase 4 of the Las Vegas collective, and then this will take place of one of the plants that I take to Las Vegas. I think that is what I'm gonna do. I think I'd rather see this one living in Santa Monica. I don't know, just because of the fragile little leaves, I feel like it'll be better in Santa Monica than in Las Vegas, even if it's in my room there. So that is going to wrap up my part 2 of my birthday plant haul. And these plants, you know, they've been kind of, some of them have been with me for 2-3 weeks, and I just been finding the right time to share on the channel. And then when I came home with these grocery store plants, I thought it'd be a perfect time to wrap up my birthday plant haul and share with you the plants that I felt either sad for, that I wanted to rescue and repurchase again. But very fun to see what's currently happening to the collection this time of year. And I hope you guys enjoyed seeing part 1 of my birthday plant haul with all of the fun plants that I got in the Bay Area, and all of the plants that I'm sharing with you in today's videos. And you know, Plant life is not cheap. It's a very expensive hobby. The thing about plant life, even though if it's a very expensive hobby, is that it is a gift that keeps on giving. Whether you are propagating from it and making more plants for yourself, or gifting or trading, or if you are an artist like myself that is using the blooms to create art pieces that'll last a lifetime. It's just so fun. I love plant life so much, and it's very rewarding when they give you new leaves, and that's one reason why I love doing my Pot of Fame series. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's the video prior to this one. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing the last haul of plants. I want to say for the month of August, because I'm really busy with vending and Las Vegas work, and then going to Africa, that I will not buy anything. Like, I know I said that, and I came home with plants when I went grocery shopping today. I'm like, Jewelyn, I thought you weren't gonna buy any plants until September, and here I am. If you're into plants, do you like to treat yourself for special occasions or for your birthday by purchasing maybe one of your wish list plants? I want to say this year, all the plants that I purchased from part 1 plant haul and today's plant haul, none of them were on my wish list. But I think, and a lot of them were repurchased plants and dramatic plants, if that. But I think probably my favorite find for the summer for my birthday plant haul might be the painted lady philodendron, I think. Especially that it gave me a new leaf. I think that's gonna be like the highlight of my summer haul. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Hope you guys enjoy seeing the new things that I'm bringing to the collection, and stick around because we're gonna do a planting with Jewelyn. I'm literally gonna throw out my apron and go into the patio, and I'm gonna definitely do the Monstera adansonii, and we'll see maybe the few plants that I want to take to Las Vegas for the next round of plants. All of these plants I just purchased on a whim. It just was there. Felt bad for it, felt like I want to rescue it. They were not on my wish list, and majority of the plants I already have in the collection or have had in the past. So I don't know, I guess this is what happens when you're into plants. You just keep buying plants, but I love them all, and they just keep me really happy. So hope this inspires you to add a little green in your space. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads between the main channel and the vlog channel. You get a video each and every day. Stick around for the next video as I gear up to film Planting with Jewelyn. Aloha from Santa Monica, California.